What's up, everybody? It's Friday night. It's 7:31. My apologies for being 1 minute late. Let's start off with welcoming everybody in Monorail. Steve, how you doing, sir? Michael Walkbrick, how you doing, buddy? Oh, Jill's here. Evening, afternoon to you, and evening to everybody else. Andy, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Oh, Florida Man Triton is ready to go. I hope you have a shirt on. Just got to get that out there. Who else we got in here tonight? All right. Oh, we can't forget when it does start, we'll say hi to the Stream Elements. Stream Elements will flip it and reverse it probably momentarily. So I'm going to get ahead of the game and say hello to it. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys how all the pieces of the Disney cruise ships come together. Sorry, host, I have to disappoint you then. Oh, dear Triton. As long as you're not cruising around in public in your neighborhood, then I guess we're okay. No, so I just wanted to kind of pop in kind of show you how all these fantastic pieces come together with the cruise ships and actually how they come in. So what I want to do is go through some of them. Hey, Donna, how are you? Thanks for coming in, especially on a Friday night. I hope you got your theme park treats and some beverage of some sort, whatever that might be. So, yeah, let's start it off. So, the Disney Treasure. So, I'm going to kind of play some videos here, kind of show you what it looks like, and then we'll get your comments in the chat and see how if it's fascinating to you or not. If it's something that jumps out where you want to see more, and I'll get my hands on some more videos because I know there's more coming out. I did get a message say that there should be some of that fantasticness coming shortly. So we'll start off with what we got here first. So pardon me, we're going to get rid of this beautiful face just for a second. And I'm going to show you how it comes in. And so this first video I'm going to show you is actually the floating engine room. Uh-oh, Christine's here. Somebody call 911. Just kidding. Roni, how are you? Oh, there's the Stream Element spot. Oh, Pam, how you doing? Streams the other day were fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed your rainy, happily ever after a couple days ago. So, thanks for popping in and enjoying this fantasticness. And Pam, I'm going to try and get you convinced to go on a cruise ship, especially Disney. So let's watch some of this. And you want to know what, guys? I'm going to shout out here. Hop over to Pam's channel as well too. She's absolutely amazing. She shows some great stuff inside the parks and through the resorts. So I'm sure Monorail's Steve is probably going to jump on it very quickly for me. If you can grab her YouTube channel for me, it should be the Pink Pam 86. And if you can drop that in and subscribe to her as well too. She's fantastic. So let's jump into it. So again, we'll get rid of this beautiful face and let's take a look at a quick video here of the Disney Treasure floating engine room as it's actually coming into the shipyard. All right. So we're coming up here. So this is kind of what it looks like, kind of at a bit of a closer view. So it's really cool to see these kind of things. Again, these cruise ships are about 100 pieces to put them together. So when you get to see how these are all drafted, all put together, and there's Mickey saying peekaboo, it's amazing to see it. That's how big they are. And you got to keep in mind, now they're going to be putting more pieces on top of this. So it's just absolutely amazing and remarkable in how they do this. Who has thoughts on how they... Oh, there's Captain Tuttle. The voice of reason. I don't know if I'm a voice of reason there, buddy, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, so this is kind of how crazy these suckers are, right? So, um, but again, we're talking over 100 pieces as they put these together. And you got these tugboats that are just hauling these suckers. So it's fantastic. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. But yeah, so these are like, it's amazing in how they do it. And these tugboats are pulling these massive pieces, and they're pulling them all through a channel to get them over to the shipyard. So it's actually really, really cool. Now, before we get even further onto it, I'm just going to pause this just for a quick second here and come back and see my beautiful mug. There we go. So again, you can see how big these are. And again, they have to go through, they're coming from the open waters. They're coming through a channel. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the channel's like 32 kilometers just to get to where the actual shipyard is. Um, but again, fascinating to see this come together. And I'm going to continue rocking and rolling. We'll show the rest of this piece here. And I see little duckies. I wonder if they're the kiddos to Donald and Daisy Duck, Jill. What do you think? I'll leave that one for you to think about. So let's just go back here quickly to the floating engine room. And that way, oh, actually, we're going to go right to the next one instead. Let's go to the first section of the ship. So the first section of the Disney Treasure. Again, a very small piece. Actually, I'm rephrase that, not very small. It's actually kind of quite big. So, but again, this is all coming down through a channel as they start putting everything together. Hey there, Kate. How are you? Welcome in. Um, but yeah, it's just astounding, and with how long it actually takes to put these marvelous floating ships together. It's on the Daisy, maybe more than likely Jill. So yeah, so this is actually kind of really neat to see this stuff here. But again, and then it takes them again for them traveling 32 kilometers just to get it to the shipyard is actually quite remarkable, right? So we're gonna have another one popping up here in just a few moments here, and the next one that's going to be popping up here in just a second here is actually going to be the funnel and the thrusters of the ship. So keep in mind, like these are magnificent pieces, and I'm actually already amazed that they just had the floating engine room just showed up to the shipyard just last week. Actually, no, earlier this week. Earlier this week for the third ship in the Triton class. But they're not done the treasure yet. So you can kind of see usually like a, you know, how it all works and how they put these together and like how quickly all these pieces are all coming together. So if they're already bringing the floating engine room in for the third ship in the Triton class, it's going to be amazing to see how what next piece is coming in. Hey Mike, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. Jill, they're actually built in Germany, just in a different location, just outside of the actual channel itself. So, um, I do have that on my. I'm trying to get that information, so you can kind of see here. This actually goes to the winter of last year, where the first funnel actually arrived. So it's just remarkable that you can see how big they are. And just to think on the Disney Wish, the Disney Treasure, and the third ship, there's staterooms inside these suckers. Who knew? It's great. But again, though, it's just remarkable and how you can see all this all come together as one amazing piece of Disney magic, even though it's not the even though it's not the Disney Magic cruise ship. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Welcome in. The next one I'm going to show you here in just a moment is going to be the midsections of the Disney treasure. And again, very, very large sections and putting it together. So, who would want to build one of these ships? That's a question. Who out of the group that's in here right now, who would want to build this cruise ship? Yeah, Donna, it is a really big puzzle to get all these pieces in, but it's very, very fascinating in how they get all this together, right? So, um, it's almost like mega blocks because they're so big. They're not little like Lego pieces. They're absolutely mega blocks. Which I don't know if anyone played those when you were younger, but it was actually a lot of fun. Not gonna deny that. Oh, Kate, Kate, Kate. Oh, I hope hope you're feeling all right. Make sure you get lots of rest. That's an order. That's an order from myself and the JDA crew. That's what we are. We're the JDA crew. Make sure you get lots of rest. Okay. Um, but yeah, it's just but I mean, like, look at these pieces. Like, they're just outstanding as to how they can build them in such a capacity. Jennifer, I try and share a lot of this stuff as much as I can. That way, again, you got the information. That way, we can get you on a Disney cruise ship. That's what we got to do. But when you look at these, and again, question out there: Who wants to build one of these cruise ships? I think AAU might. We don't want to ask Sam to do it because then we'd probably be here for at least 15, 20 years. Um, or at that point in time, AAU might put a shirt on. But I mean, again, just look at how astounding these are. Like, who honestly could do this? Well, Donna, make sure he watches the videos. Um, Builds planes for. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool, Donna. Again, it'd be great to. Yeah, very. It'd be amazing to build this. You'd rather decorate it. All right, so, and this next one coming up here is going to be the aft sections of the actual cruise ship. And again, we're talking mega pieces, right? So, Christine, it still amazes me that these ships. Yeah, they better make sure they float, Christine. Otherwise, we're in a whole lot of trouble. Yeah. So again, here we have some of the aft sections coming in, and again, that's a lot of steel. Like, it's just unbelievable. And it's actually funny. So when you look at this video coming up here, the front as the ship's coming as these pieces are coming through, the white part there, my sister actually thought it was a window, but it's not a window. So, like, right at the top, it's not a window. Just so you know. But again, though, like, look at the size of these beasts. I call them beasts. They're beasts of pieces. um Yeah, and Donna, I'll be putting more up as well too as I get my hands on them too. So definitely stay tuned for more of those. But, like, there's three large pieces here that are coming in. Like, it's unreal. Yeah, they are all the bottom pieces, Jill, of the cruise ship. Obviously, the building the bottom part of it first is definitely crucial, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure it's all put together properly, right? So, but keep in mind, so all these pieces then go inside the shipyard, and when they open up those doors, it's massive. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures here. So let's show this one here. So this is actually with the pieces themselves um, inside the actual shipyard itself. So you can see on the bottom, obviously, there's no water in there yet, and they're actually putting all the pieces together, which is amazing. Oh, Christine, I think those tugboats are like overhauled to like craziness to make sure that they can actually make sure they can push them in and pull them to get in there. Right? So again, these are all those pieces coming together. Right? So I think shortly, I think they're going to be putting water into the actual base itself inside the shipyard. And then that way they can actually then, obviously, they want to make sure it floats. Michael, you actually be surprised, but it's actually very, very far ahead right now. So they've actually already been putting all the staterooms and everything in. So they've already been bringing all those blocks in already. So very, very far. But I should have some more pictures and some more videos coming up in the next couple of weeks that I will definitely share. Roni, to actually build one of these cruise ships, you're probably looking, like to get all the pieces, because again, some of these pieces actually started arriving in in the winter of last year, like December of last year. So you can imagine that getting them all, and again, all the pieces are being built off uh, off site, and then all brought in, and then all being put together. So the cruise ship itself right now, I'm going to say right now, probably about 60% to 70% complete in the overall construction, because you'll see a picture coming up here too. So this picture I got coming up here, you can see they've even got like the windows, they've got the portholes, they've got even the bridge that's being put in as well too. And they have all the pieces already built and put on top. So substantial progress um, of what they've done here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any comments so I don't get into any kind of trouble. Yeah, Jennifer, the engineering of these ships is absolutely crazy. Well, Andy, you want to decorate as well too? Okay. So again, yeah. So this is just another shot here of what it looks like, and then we'll flip over to another picture here. And again, it's another like a nice angle, but again, you can also see the bridge aspect, the bridge piece, as well as a couple of decks above actually being dropped into place as well too. Yeah, those tugboats can definitely pull a lot there, Jill, and but again, like they're probably like overhauled and supercharged to make sure they can actually pull those suckers and push. So even when the cruise ships are actually pulled out of the actual shipyard, when they actually do their float out, they are also being pulled out by tugboats as well too, just to make sure they can get them out properly without any kind of damage or anything like that. So, um, oh, Andy, your dad wants a tugboat. Oh boy. Yeah. So, guys, I wanted to share some of this stuff here with you to kind of let you see how these pieces are all put together. Um, Again, it's fascinating to see. And I don't have a picture of it uploaded in here, but they did receive, so the second funnel has actually been um, delivered to the shipyard as well too, and that was actually delivered last week. So again, they're doing great at getting it put together. Let me put it back on to my beautiful face here. So they're making substantial progress in actually putting it together with everything. So these cruise ships themselves, from start to finish. Now, keep in mind, even after a cruise ship does a float out of the actual shipyard itself, it still is. Hey, JG, how are you? Welcome in. Um, they're still doing work on the interior of the ships, so they're not done yet. So when they brought the Disney Wish out last year, they didn't even have the actual. So they had the funnels installed, but and I'm gonna get corrected. I'm sure someone will probably correct me on the terminology. But even like the actual exhaust itself. So the new Disney cruise ships use liquefied natural gas. When the ship itself departed the shipyard to make its 32-kilometer trek to get to its next destination in the Netherlands, um, the exhaust pipes hadn't been installed yet. Now, one of them is for show, and then the other one is for where they actually have the exhaust actually coming out. So they want to make sure they keep it consistent and everything. So, but yeah, those weren't installed though until it got to its next point. But you have to understand the engineers, electricians, maintenance, even the carpeting itself. They're all laying that down as that ship is still out, at its next destination. Even when it's doing its sea trials, they're still putting all this stuff together. And then the ship makes its 7 to 8 day, I think it's 7 to 10 days trek from doing its sea trials to come up to Port Canaveral. So it's a long haul, but again though, they're still doing work. They're making sure everything is good to go. So yeah, Jill, it was amazing. The part that is kind of disappointing is that up here in Canada, we actually don't get the Making of the Wish on Disney Plus. Boo, come on, DCL, Disney, send that our way. Yeah, Kate, get some rest, lay down, feel better. Um, and if there's anything that we can do for you, definitely let us know. Roni, that's correct. Yeah, so one of them is actually functional, and one of them is actually a suite. So um, yeah, definitely all for decor. And also when you see the Disney, or sorry, the whether it's on the Disney Dream or even on the Disney Fantasy, how they have the aqueduct, and then on the Disney Wish, the Disney Treasure, as it stands, it's gonna be the Aqua Mouse. Part of that goes through the funnel, so the non-functioning funnel as well too. I believe it is. You're gonna have part of that. You'll have that slide part of it that actually goes through the actual funnel itself. JG, there's probably tens of thousands of people that are working on these ships just to make sure they're done. Heidi, how are you? Welcome in. Jill, I didn't see it on D23 unfortunately. Um, but again though, I was given absolutely amazing footage on from one of the engineers of the Making of the Wish as well too. So that will be one of my next videos as well, where I do show that. Um, but no, it's just unbelievable to see these masterpieces put together. But even all the technology that goes in them as well too. Um, and they already have, mostly all the crews on board. You're also going to find that they also have all your performers are already on board as well too. Heidi, no, I didn't rest at all today. No, unfortunately, no. Too much going on today for rest. Um, but yeah, so even when they're doing like the live Broadway shows, they're actually rehearsing as that ship, as all the work is being done on it, because they want to make sure that the shows are down to a fine art. That way, there's no mistakes, um, and they can be prepared for everyone comes on board, and that the ship doesn't have any problems in transition. So, um, yeah, but yeah, definitely more to come up. Actually, cops and yeah, it is from my back porch. Sitting out on the back deck right now, and this is the view of the beautiful landscape. um, and or it could be me sitting on the back of the back of a cruise ship right now on a veranda. You just never know. So, but yeah, so far these are the pieces that I've gotten my hands on so far, as the Disney Treasure has been being put together. And again, I'm gonna have some more in a couple weeks. I do have a lot of stuff from the Disney Wish, even pictures and videos from the inside. So I definitely want to make sure I can get those as well too, and show everybody on what those look like. No, Christine, we don't have any snow yet. But keep in mind, right now, that is a four-letter bad word that we don't talk about. Do they have anyone other than cast on the sale? Well, they'll just have like engineers. You're obviously you're gonna have your full bridge team will also be on board as well too. So you're essentially running at a full team essentially, minus when they do get into Port Canaveral, they do pick up more of the crew as well too to come on board. Um, the first couple of cruises that they do are only um, they're doing their trial still. So you'll have half of the crew are going to be the guests, and then they come back into port, and then they switch, right? So then they get to be the crew, and then the others get to be the guests, and that way they can kind of work on things if anything needs to be ironed out. They're going to have their lead servers that are there, making sure on the food aspect is taken care of, all the shows. You're going to have your cruise director that's very heavily involved to make sure every event on that part is going smoothly. So yeah, that right, Captain Tuttle. Yeah, live from the Lido deck. Although I kind of like my Lido deck kind of a little bit better than Dave's, to be honest, because I think aside from my head being in the way of the nice scenery, it's kind of quite beautiful. So um, you need to volunteer to be a guinea pig. Well, you can try you can try Roni. I don't know how that would all unfold, but you can most certainly try. He's live from the unknown. Yeah, hi, Andy. I never know where I am. So yeah, definitely the unknown for sure. Donna. Yeah, and you want to know what? Like I said, Donna, there's again more pieces, and again, you're just exterior piece. Like I said, you're looking at well over 100. But again, they're coming in very very large, like large mega blocks. And they also have the Aqua Mouse, the actual water slide itself already. Pieces of that have already been showing up as well too. So making the sorry, making the Disney treasure happen. Oh, there's my stream elements. There you go. I think I may have missed it earlier. Yeah, yeah, Donna, and the Disney Treasure itself, again, its capacity is gonna be a little bit less than what the Disney Wish is. So there's going to be, I think, it's about 3,600 guests as the capacity to be on board. So whereas other cruise ships that Disney has, some of them 4,000, 4,200, and obviously the Disney Adventure, which is the cruise ship that Disney purchased, that's going to be 6,000 guests, and that one's 2,300 crew to accommodate that many guests on board. So they go through extensive training. They have to go through, they're going to Disney. They got to go to Disney school to make sure they can learn all the ins and outs, especially when it comes to specific departments that they're working in. So whether it's entertainment, whether it's going to be uh, in one of the restaurants, if you're, the lifeguards, right? So there's everyone working around the clock to make sure it's a well-oiled machine, to make sure it runs nice and smoothly. Uh, so does anyone have any questions? Or here's another one. What would you like to see next? Would you like me to drop out, do a live stream based on the Disney Wish construction? Do that one first? Or should we go back in time to November of next year and I talk about our Disney Wish cruise where we kind of got rerouted when we found out at the port? We were supposed to do, it was a Monday to Friday. We were supposed to do Nassau and Castaway. Hurricane Nicole was rolling through the Bahamas, so we ended up going down. So we ended up going to Cozumel, Mexico instead. And then I did the Disney Fantasy right after that one, doing the Eastern Caribbean, and then I was in the Disney Wish back at the end of April. So which ones? So let me ask you guys: how would you like me to? What would be your preference? Do you want me to put together a live stream first to go over the construction of the Disney Wish and how all those pieces came together? Or should we go back in time and talk about my experiences on the Disney Wish last year, the Disney Fantasy last year, as well as the Disney Wish this year with Florida Park Explorers? and some amazing people like Jill and Mike who are in the chat right now as well. Um, what are your thoughts? That's the question. What would you like to see? Disney, they can be pixie. That's right. I think when you go on board, they should toss like pixie dust at you as you're making your way from the gangway to actually get right onto the actual ship itself. But what would you guys like to see next? You love to hear my experiences of back in time. Should I start with the FPE one first, back in April, or should we just go right back to November of last year and then work our way forward? What do you think? So we got experiences, we got experiences. Okay, yeah. Now, what's the order? Mike wants to see engines. Well, Jill, tell Mike he shouldn't yell. And let me see what I can do about getting my hands on more of the inside the actual engine room. So November. All right, so we're going to flip it, reverse it, go back in time, and we'll shake and bake from there. Heidi, you know I definitely appreciate your support, whether it's here or whether it's offline or causing shenanigans in FPE. So let's hear Donna. I've only been on Carnival. Yeah, Donna, I say yeah, definitely try it for sure. And again, if you're uncertain, then you can always do like a shorter cruise, unless you want to do a long one. I was only I was gonna try and get it, Jill. I still will try. See what we can do. So, yeah. So what we'll do, I'll put together some awesomeness and some pictures and videos from back in time, and then we'll actually, yeah, we'll do that. We'll talk about that, and then once I'm done doing those lives, then what I'll do of my experiences, then what I will do is I will put together a full amazingness of the making of the Disney Wish. And you never been on one, so okay. So what I'll get you guys to do actually, when the live stream is done tonight, drop in the comments. Drop a comment in here of what sort of experiences that you're looking for me to highlight. I will go over as much as possible, but yeah, but definitely drop in there to kind of like if there's certain particular things that you're looking for, certain experiences that you want me to share. I will definitely do that. And no, I can't share that with what the JJ stands for just yet. Um, JG, when I first started cruising with Disney, I always did the 7 night cruises. And then it's just been recent where again the Disney Wish when I got on it last year, it was a 4 night, 5 day. So I want to experience it because it was a new ship. And then obviously with FPE when we did that at the end of April, beginning of May, that was the 3 nights, which was fantastic. So, um, but yeah, so I'm doing the Disney Wish again November of 2024. Then I'm hopping on the Disney Treasure in February of 2025. You know, Andy was actually my brother. My brother and my sister-in-law, my two nieces, they went on a cruise first, and they just shared all the positive that they had when they were on the cruise, and they said it was just absolutely amazing. It was fantastic. But again, I scratched my head like, what do you do on a cruise ship for 7 days? There's a lot you can do, especially when you're going to multiple different ports. Um, you can get off, you can do excursions, or you can just get off and explore different countries. But being able to go to multiple countries in 7 days, even though if it's only a short little visit, it's fantastic that you do get to enjoy it, right? So different cultures as well too, which is fantastic. I'm a people person, so I will jump in. I talk to anybody, everybody, and just have a great time. Um, so whether it's other guests on board, the crew, when we get off at ports, I'm shaking hands, fist pumping, whatever the case is, smiley person, that great personality, and it's an absolute blast. I don't. Donna, well, I'll get into everything for you. So that's definitely not a problem. I'll give you all my ins and outs right from the dining to the whole experience, right from start to finish. Heidi, you got to go on a nice long cruise. You deserve a nice long cruise vacation. Years ago, when Jill and I were on different ships, they let us see. That's a great question, Michael. I'm not too sure if Disney will. I know when I go on the Disney Wish next year, I'm going to try and get on the bridge. I will try. I will ask whoever I have to ask, and I will try from there to see if I can make it happen. And we'll see how it works. Not going to make any guarantees or promises, but I'm definitely going to try. We went on our first cruise for a honeymoon between the Hawaiian Islands. We did Carnival America, Royal Caribbean. So, Jill, I'm going to ask you the question: what'd you like better between the cruise? What was your preferred cruise line between Carnival, Holland America, Royal Caribbean, and Disney? Does Disney do a cruise to the? Roni, so the Disney Wonder is typically the cruise ship that will sail from out of San Diego, and it will go up to Alaska, and you can always do Alaska to come back down. It does stop in um, Vancouver, BC. There is a port of call there that they will jump into. So, um, yeah, so it definitely will hit different areas there. But as it stands right now, the Disney Wonder is the only one that does between the U.S. and Canada. There are definitely other cruise lines that will do it as well too. But I know the Disney Wonder is in dry dock right now before it makes its full venture, where it's going to go down and do Australia and that sort of thing. So it's going to be getting ready to get that done. I'm not too sure how long it's in dry dock. Usually it's about 2-3 weeks, and then because I like to get them back in the water as quickly as possible. But I did see some pictures earlier of all the of all the cranes and whatnot where they're doing quite extensive work. So we'll see what the final outcome is. Yeah, and yeah, and again, Jill, I've never been on Royal Caribbean, or Holland America. Never been on Carnival either. Again, my own personal choice. I've never been on. I mean, I just chose not to go on Carnival just because of what's happened in the past, right? I mean, it was known as a party type boat adventure, that sort of thing, and I like to have a good time, but I like to enjoy it with the people that I'm with, and not to that extent. Northeast cruise on the coastline. No, I not right now. Disney doesn't do that right now, Roni. But again, you never know. Itineraries could always change, and especially with them building more cruise ships, you just never know what's going to happen. So anything is definitely possible. But see, Andy, when they do the Alaskan cruises, though, they do the Alaskan cruise. Well, I know Disney, for example, they'll do from May until September. So, but again, I'd still be wearing shorts. Doesn't matter to me how cold it is. I'm still wearing my shorts. NCL to Caribbean and Alaska were great. Yeah, I haven't been on NCL or Caribbean or Royal Caribbean either. So one of these days, maybe we'll see. So far, I still have the Disney bug, so I'll continue doing my Disney cruises. But all right, so aside from my experiences on the cruises, what else would you guys like to know? I want to put it out there, ask you guys the questions, um, because I definitely would like to get your input. See what you guys would like to see, what sort of adventure you would like me to take you on. I got many adventures, so You just let me know where you want me to go, and I will bring in all my experiences, even staying at the Disney resorts as well too. I'll definitely share all that with you guys as well. Changing the stunning to John, we had an incident on the Mississippi River with Carnival where we almost turned the boat on its side because it was stuck in the sandbars. Yeah, and that's actually crazy, Jill, because there's another cruise line that just had that happen not that long ago either. Um, where they got stuck, and even tugboats couldn't get it out. They had to wait until the water came up. That way they could help it out to get it to get it going through. Jill, tips and tricks for how to get the most out of your Disney cruise. Same for visiting the parks. Okay, I can definitely do that for sure. Definitely got a lot of cruise news up in my brain and experiences, so I can definitely share all that. What's the best food at Pop Century Food Court? That's a great question. Um, I do like their pepperoni pizza. I'm not gonna lie. Their burgers are pretty tasty as well. Um, and I made the mistake when Patrick and I we got there between our two cruises last year, and I'll share this little one here. We got to back so we were on the Disney Wish, but again because of the hurricane, we were delayed in getting into Port Canaveral. So I'll kind of give you some of this stuff now. Um, we uh, we didn't get off the ship until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was on a Friday, so we're hitting rush hour Friday traffic, and we um, took us over 3.5 hours to get to Pop Century because of traffic and accidents. So I wanted a burger. I actually ordered the vegetarian burger, not realizing it was the veggie burger. And my son got a good chuckle after I was done. He didn't. So my son Patrick, he didn't say a single word to me until I was actually done eating the burger, and he told me that, oh, by the way, Dad, that was a veggie burger that you just ate because it was the Impossible Burger. So, but the burgers are quite tasty. The breakfast, I like getting the um, oh, it's the platter, the Hungry Meal platter or something like that. It's absolutely amazing. So, Heidi Esther, yeah, the pizza's fantastic, absolutely amazing. So Andy, there's a couple different options there for you. But don't hesitate to try something. If something pops out that you might see, then give it a go. Gee, are you going? To Yeah, I think the bear. Well, I definitely know the bear shark was. He had to pick up his brother from the airport. So, but yeah, I definitely will be. Yeah, the bear shark will definitely come in for sure. 100%, he'll come in and we'll cause our shenanigans like we always do together. So, you put the two of us together, and you're gonna get like a regular comedy show. So, Roni, hi. And Andy, one of the big benefits too with Pop Century, and again, this is why I continue going back and always stay there, is because it has access to everything. So you can just quickly walk over if you want to go eat at Art of Animation if you wanted to. But you have the monorail, sorry, not the monorail, Skyliner right at the back of the resort. You can hop on to go to um, Epcot or Hollywood Studios and some of the resorts. But then also the buses out front as well too that you can get to Magic Kingdom, Disney Springs, and World of Sports. So definitely, and again, it's my go. And I find the cast members are fantastic. So Ronnie, if you want, give it a shot. Yeah, it's Dave. It's the Deathliner there, Andy. But yeah, so the Disney Treasure guys and gals. Um, More updates to come with that. Like I said, there should be some more. I should have my hands on some more videos and pictures coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I'll definitely make sure I share that with everybody, and that way you can enjoy it. Um, and I'll bring it to you. That way you don't have to go looking for it. James E, cheers, brother. How you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, the Dave No Wayliner. That's right. Maybe we should somehow trick Dave and we can get him on there and he wouldn't even know what's going on. but But yeah, like I said, guys, if you want, I mean, I know there's some from my experiences and whatnot from what I've done on the cruises so far. But like I said, if you want, drop a comment in after the stream is over. Um, Highlight some very, some key things you're looking for, and I definitely will share them. And again, as I get more treasure updates, I'm going to share them with you. As I get some updates, even with the Disney Adventure that will be going out of Singapore, I'll get that information to you guys. And then with the third ship in the Triton class, I'll get that as well. As soon as they start, sharing more of that, I'll definitely bring it to you. And yeah, we'll rock and roll. Christine actually had the Skyliner is very peaceful. It's nice to how they even have like the windows open so you get that nice fresh air and that breeze as you're going through. So, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys liked the videos. Hope you guys like some of the the pictures that were shared. And there definitely will be a part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, however many it takes to share, let you guys all know about the Disney Treasure. And as well as when I'm on the Disney Treasure in February of 2025, I will definitely share a lot more there. We'll do some live streams when I'm on the ship itself. We'll do some nice tours of the ship. We'll talk about the food. We'll talk about the experiences. Let's see here. Has Disney put not Disney not Disney itself. However, it's going to be the country that you're going to that has those protocols in place, Roni. So you very well could find that. I know Australia. I think Australia still has some protocols in place. Um, and one of the biggest kickers is, and I'll tell you, the new variant that's out there, right? So you're just gonna have that's uh, that's one of the things there is that as these things start to change, cruise lines can make quick decisions very quickly, but typically they're going based on what the countries or what the ports of call where they're going to. And if those countries have protocols in place, then you have to follow what they are. So be prepared as you are booking a cruise that whether it's you're going through Disney directly or whether you're going through a travel agent, make sure you ask all that pertinent information. So, um, but yeah, definitely check that out. Right now for US and Canada, I know there's no issues that way there. If you're going to places like Mexico, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, um, Bahamas, if you're doing the Eastern Caribbean cruise, I know on the Disney Fantasy does. It goes to Tortola and St. Thomas. There's no protocols in place there right now. But again, anything can change at any time. So, um, yeah. But again, it just depends on again the country that you're going to. So that's where you definitely want to make sure that gets brought up. So, all right. Any other questions? I got my COVID vaccine for a while. Oh, Jill, you got it done today? Yeah, yeah. I don't think we're supposed to be getting. It's not going to be available up here in Canada until the middle of October. So, um, is what I've been told. But we just have Moderna that's been approved. So we will see what happens. But yeah, if you are traveling to certain countries, if it's on a cruise ship, make sure you find out what their protocols are to make sure that, again, if they have protocols in place and if you want to go, fantastic. If not, then just make sure that, then just pick a different itinerary to do on a different cruise line. And or it could be that same cruise line, but just a different itinerary. Sitting on the beach at AU having a couple of adult beverages. That's how I look at it. All right, guys, we're going to end it there. We're going to rock and roll. I need to get the flu. Yeah, Roni. Well, and the flu shot as well too is definitely a good one too to get. Only because I guess Australia it started a lot earlier, and I know even up here in Canada the flu started. It's already picked up quite big, plus RSV. So make sure that stay healthy. Make sure that if you do have got trips planned, that you want to stay as healthy as possible, up to par with what you got to go through to make sure you can enjoy your trip, whether it's on a Disney cruise, whether it's on another cruise line, if you're going to the parks, or just any vacation in general. Safety first before you go. So, you're more than welcome, Jill. But again, if you guys have any questions or comments or any questions, drop them in the comments afterwards, and I will take all those, write them all down, and I will make sure that when I do get the next live stream up and running, again, we're going to flip it. We're going to go back in time, and we'll talk about the Disney Wish cruise last November. And probably what I'll probably do it as one big one, and I'll talk about my trip right from the start because I actually had some headaches right from the start, even trying to fly, where our airline's main computer system completely crashed and we were stuck in the airplane for 3.5 hours before we actually departed and flew down to Florida. So, but again, thank you everyone for coming in tonight. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the interaction with everybody. It's a big family. This is the JDA crew. I think it's quite catchy. Mods, thank you very much. Jill, thank you. Heidi, thank you. Andy, Roni, Michael. I know AAU's hiding in there, so always got some hearts. Christine, James E. I know you're in here kicking around. You popped in. Want to make sure Donna. Everyone. JG. Thank you everyone for coming in. And as I always say, we're going to see you on the Lido. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you real soon.